y'all. Let me get this stuff set up here. It feels like it's been a while since I've been on here. All right, live chat. I don't know how long I'll be on here for because it is storming outside and our power has been lost twice now. So we're gonna start out here with some Amberlynn news because that's been the buzz happening since things have come to light. Some new things have come to light. Hi, babe. My husband's in the chat. He's already gotten to see the new wifey. I had to do the hey babe like Chantal does. I had to, sorry. But let's, can I mute my thing before? Hello, Carolyn, on this Tuesday night. So Amber has given us a glimpse of her new wifey. It's still up for debate whether or not this is going to be good or bad for her world, but it'll definitely be good for ours for a little bit. So we're going to play Apathetic Facts' video titled Amberlynn's New Girlfriend Tommy Exposed and some tea. Because I know there's been some things floating around on Twitter, and I know I'm secretly excited, especially because she looks super fucking messy. Like, she looks like the type that likes to go bar hopping and go and a little bit of party. How is Amber going to be able to keep up with that if she's no longer dieting? We're eating whatever the fuck we want. We're drinking now. We're vaping. Like, we're doing all the bad things. And where's Mama Lynn? Mama Lynn didn't get to meet her? That's sus. So let me get through Apathetic Facts intro here. Even though it is entertaining. And we'll get to watching all the evidence showing that this may be bad for Amber. Like, this may be Destiny level bad for Amber, but like times 10. And I'm kind of excited for it.
A couple days ago, Amber posted this video titled, I met my long-distance girlfriend for the first time.
All right. Let me get y'all queued up here. What am I doing?
A couple days ago, Amber posted this video titled, I met my long-distance girlfriend for the first time, to her YouTube channel. As you can see, the camera is strictly on Amber as she purposely doesn't show her new girlfriend Tommy. Then the very next day, she drops this video to TikTok and Instagram, revealing Slommy. Her caption reads, Meeting you has changed me, with a double heart emoji.
That's so wild. So Amber coded though to fall in love this quick.
Version of Destiny, prompting the nickname Destiny.
Oh my god.
Here are some screenshots from that video.
Destiny. I'm never gonna be able to unsee it. We do have the Justin Bieber-esque like side swipe hair. Like it's definitely giving Justin Bieber. Liam, I know you were saying, oh my god, she looks so tall, and it's like, I had to remind him how short Amber was. I was like, she's probably maybe a little bit taller than I am. Not Amber, I mean the girlfriend. Is probably a little bit taller than I am. I'm thinking like 5'7", maybe 5'8". Hello, Nicole. We're just talking about Amber's new view, watching Apathetic Facts' expose and tea. Justin Bieber. I was going to say Destiny Bieber, but I don't think people would find it as funny. It's kind of cringe. I will say she's probably a bit taller, but Amber's like only like what, 5'1", 5'2", maybe 5'3". So she's about as tall as my mom was, and I stood over my mom. So I'm going to say 5'8", 5'9", maybe. I love the music. Also, I love that they set up for this picture. They're like, hey babe, wait a minute. Let me go set my phone up on the other side so we can get a picture of us kissing on the other side of my kitchen island. We definitely see that the new girl is not afraid of the camera.
Salami, she posted a picture of a U-Haul to her Instagram stories, hinting that one of them may be moving in with the other. Oh, and remember Alexis? Amber's supposed best friend that keeps talking about her for clout? She and Amber were talking in Alexis's comment section, and she had said she was going to be seeing Amber soon, so rumors were circulating that she was Amber's girlfriend coming to visit. Well, turns out, she did come to visit, and she claims to have taken one of the pics we just saw.
Oh. So we got a throuple situation going on.
Including this comment from Spanx Beluga on TikTok, claiming that she knows who Salami is because Salami was flirting with her just a few weeks ago. Her comment reads, I know the person she is seeing because they were chatting to me a few weeks ago. I don't keep up with this kind of drama. I just noticed someone who was hitting on me a few weeks ago now has her on her Snapchat.
So if they were hitting on this girl a few weeks ago, this was during the time that Amberlynn and her would have been dating. They've been dating for almost a month now, right? Yep, throuple. I see throuple.
There was also an anonymous post in one of the Facebook groups from someone claiming to know
I know Tommy, so I used to stream on Meet Me about 2 to 4 years ago. Well, they came into my stream and saw I had a large following, so they asked to be friends and we started flirting. Then I was informed that they were asking for money from everyone and that they do this all the time. They have a wife and a kid, so they do this to get money. Oh, can you fucking imagine if that's what's happening right now? Amber does this to herself, though. She puts herself out there to be like swept off her feet by these romantics because she's a romantic at heart. If people flirt with her, yeah, a wife and kid. But she does this to herself. Like, if they are a fan watching you, if they are somebody watching your content and know about you, this is almost always a red flag. And the fact that she does not see it is just batty. Trish Williamson sounds like a winner. Yeah.
Salami. This may or may not be true.
Also, the fucking nickname, Salami. Tommy Salami.
And is all alleged, so keep that in mind. The post reads, I know Tommy. So I used to stream on Meet Me 2 to 4 years ago. Well, they came into my stream and saw I had a large following, so they asked to be friends, and we started flirting. Then I was informed they were asking for money from everyone and that they do this all the time. That they have a wife and a kid, so they do this to get money.
And Tommy's a TikToker on top of it, so I happen to have a little experience in the TikTok scammer world, and people do shit like this, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. There are some shitty people on that app doing disgusting things to earn money. Yeah, skinny. That's what they said at the beginning of this.
It's not starting out well for our girl Salami. If any of this is true, Amber should be very careful moving in with someone she really doesn't know. What do you girls think about Slami? Does she give you scammer vibes? Should Amber be worried? Thanks for watching my short little recap, and
All right, so that was the end of that. That was Apathetic Faxes exposed and some tea on the new girlfriend. It's just wild to me. And like the girl was quick on making her TikTok private, and her Instagram only has a few images on it. So like she was quick to cover her tracks. So she's not stupid. I'm just... And Amber will romanticize this. She will make every excuse in the book because she got a couple fingers and some neck play. But this could be serious. Like this girl could full take advantage of Amber, and Amber would be oblivious. Be totally oblivious. Because as long as she's getting some action, I don't think she's gonna mind. That's why I suggest the throuple. I think there's a throuple thing going on. And is Alex the wife, maybe? Or does Alex know about what's going on and is kind of like the middleman on keeping the scam going? That could be interesting. That could. I don't know. There's so much to speculate on. And I love how it's pinned on her TikTok now, that video. If it goes south, that's going to be so embarrassing for her to have to remove that. Oh, Lord. And then Chantal, I briefly saw some of her 5-hour live stream, and now she's going back to the good old just eating hubcaps of rice for money. I love that for her. I love that. But who I wanted to kind of talk about was Wade Wilson. Now, they're all over TikTok. There are Wade Wilson groupies, and I don't know if anybody's heard anything about the case. I've actually made case notes because the subreddits... Actually, I'm just going to go to the subreddit, honestly. It'll be so much easier. All right, let me size this down. Do all the things so that it's nice for you and legible. Because I am so nice. Here we go. A little of this, a little of that. All right, something like that. Size it up. So I am a Floridian, unfortunately, and Wade Wilson has been all over my TikTok feed as of late, and not for good reasons. Because he killed 2 women in 2019, unfortunately. Yeah. But he is convicted. He's a convicted murderer. But if you were to go through TikTok right now, and if you were to search his name, more often than not, you're going to run across women simping for this man because he, I guess, is attractive to them. I don't know. They see tattoos, which I get it. Younger me would have probably been a little the same, just thinking he's attractive. But then if you look at what he did, anyone with common sense and, value for life would be like, no, that's gross. That's a gross person. But these girls are like literally throwing themselves at this man, thinking he's not going to do the same to them and that they could change him, that he deserves a second chance. And I'm just like, so the subreddit True Crime Discussion has a kind of a point by point breakdown. Hearted Sleuth was the username that posted this. And it's kind of like a breakdown of everything so far that has been included in his case. And I wanted to go over it tonight, and then we're going to go and look at some of these, for the lack of a better term. I don't want to get all like nasty mouth just yet, but these brain dead women who think that they can change a man, that just because he's good looking, he deserves a second chance at life, even though he took the lives of two women that can't go back to their lives and be with the people they love. It's very hard hearing some of it, so trigger warning. There is talk of the violent acts, so trigger warning on that. Now this reads, on the 7th of October 2009, Wade Wilson murdered two women, Christine Melton and Diane Ruiz. Definitely need therapy. Like, it doesn't take logical thinking to acknowledge the man is good looking, but then remove yourself from the man being good looking or attractive, whatever the fuck they think, to he brutally murdered two women, one of which had children at home and had a family at home that they don't get to go home to. And like, when I say brutally murdered, I'm going to go through kind of, I'm not going to show any imagery because I don't know if there's any out there, but I'm not doing that. I'm not going to scar anybody like that, but we're going to talk about what he did to these women and why it's just straight up dumb that these girls are out here trying to write a petition to get his life saved from the death penalty here in Florida. So, Cape Coral, Florida, Wade met Christine for the first time at the Buddha, a night spot, on the 6th of October 2019. The next day, while she was asleep, he strangled her to death and took her car. Later that morning, he encountered Diane while she was walking to work, and he asked her for directions. Once in his car, he strangled Diane, and when he saw that she had still not died, he ran over her multiple times with the car. The same morning, he also viciously attacked his ex-girlfriend, Mila Montanez, and tried to drag her into the car. She managed to escape, and the police were called. Wade was arrested on the 8th of October 2019, where he has since remained behind bars. And they even go into some of his background based on news sources and trial footage and online interviews. So, he was born on the 20th of May, 1994. His parents were young parents. They were 15, 16 years old. So they were very young when they had him. His biological mother struggled with mental health issues and addiction. Her parents went to church with the Wilson family, who had two daughters of their own. They adopted Wade sometime after his birth. By his adoptive family's account, he was a well-adjusted and active member of the family as a child. At age 13, his family said he completely changed. He became paranoid, reclusive, and Wade's own admission became a heavy drug user. On one occasion, he was paranoid as he felt people were watching him, his family, and wanted the blinds closed. On another occasion, he was paranoid that there was an entity in his garage. His father did not understand there to be anything in the garage. The police were called and noted the same. So I don't know if it was like drug-induced paranoia or if this was just his mental health at play, since his parents both struggled with mental health issues. At age 13, he was subjected to the Baker's Act because his adoptive dad found drugs. He was released the next day. The Baker's Act, for those unfamiliar, here in Florida, you can be committed by somebody else in your family, or somebody that has your best interest at heart. They can have you committed, and it's usually to deal with drugs. It's like rehab. It was wild that they released him the next day, though, if he was Baker Act. Usually it's like a couple weeks at least that they hold you. Yeah, strangulation is a very intimate, personal way to kill someone. Most people don't wait to see the light leave someone's eyes. Yeah. As a child adolescent, he sustained multiple head injuries from playing sports, some of these resulting in concussion. He was suspended from school for selling drugs. At age 18 and again at 20, he sustained head injuries from car accidents where the car he was in was collided a tree. At least one of these led to a concussion. He had CT scans performed multiple times due to various sports and car accidents. The CT scans never showed any fracture or bleeding. MRIs were not performed. He was in and out of prison as a young adult. Starting in 2010, he was charged for 20 different crimes, including assault and fraud. Like, there's a buildup here. While in prison awaiting trial for the murders, he tattooed a swastika on his head and on his face. When he asked about this in prison phone interview, he refused to address the topic. Wade's biological father stated that at age 18, Wade reached out to him to connect and they spoke over the phone usually, and that Wade would constantly reach out when he needed something, usually money. The prison records, mental health noted many diagnoses, including depression, anxiety, schizoaffective disorder, a combination of bipolar and schizophrenia, defiance disorder, this is sounding familiar, and antisocial personality disorder. Wade self-reported depression and mania in prison. He reported to Dr. Mills that he had previously diagnosed with ADD and the police had reported bipolar. This is like the doctors discussing things like his CT scans, which I'm torn because yes, it could very well be mental illness and his drug use that drove him to this, but any kind of leniency is not going to take away the fact that he took 2 lives and ruined 2 families and pretty much gave his ex-girlfriend PTSD because he attacked her so viciously. Like, I don't know. It's just, I guess Kelly Matthews, his ex-girlfriend, spoke out on TikTok. Let's see if we can find her TikTok. Kelly Matthews. Because that may give us some insight onto him as a person. Go follow.
Something traumatic happened.
Go follow at Kelly. So this is his ex-girlfriend. We'll start with this one.
All right, so we are going to answer some questions that I have gotten on my videos of my ex-boyfriend Wade. We'll just get like the thirst trap crap out of the way. This is what he looked like when we met. Obviously, he's a very attractive man. Nobody is doubting that. This is also him. There you go. This is your thirst trap. Get that in. No tattoos on his face. His hair was grown out. I did not see a swastika on his head. If I did, I probably wouldn't have dated him because I am not racist. Anyway, thirst trap out of the way. Yes, he was a very attractive man. He still kind of is, but knowing what he did makes him very unattractive to me, obviously.
Most psychopaths can also be very charismatic. Yeah. A lot of the time, psychopaths are very smart they're able to mask very well, like they're a normal person, and they can appear like happy people, just normal people out there. I mean, look at Dahmer. He had his weird aspects, but he was able to commit what he was doing because everybody thought he was just attractive and just maybe borderline autistic. They just thought he was was a little different, but he was attractive to them. Who else was there? There's been so many other like serial killers. I mean, Liam, I don't know if you're still in the chat. You're better with names than I am. Ramirez. People thought he was attractive even though he had fucked up teeth and he stunk. And it's like, I just don't get the allure. I guess the allure is, oh, I could lose my life, but maybe I could be the one to change him, to tame the beast. And it's like, that's not really how this works. If they are murderers and they have no qualms about putting their hands on people and ending their lives, you're not going to be the one to change that. I'm sorry.
Obviously not to some of you, and that's fine, but you're not going to change him, writing him in prison. He's just going to get money out of you, and that's, you know, if that's your kink, whatever, I don't care. So when we first got together, he was completely normal. He did not do drugs. He was living in a halfway house unbeknownst to me. I didn't know that for like a couple months, and then
yeah, Trish, it's the amount of women that throw themselves, like they've been running the numbers of like how many thousands of women have wrote to him to send him money, to send him pictures, and like there's women that are trying to get a petition raised with signatures to have him beat the death penalty. And I'm just like, for why? For why? Exactly, Carolyn. Hi, Brioche. It is I can change him is so disrespectful. And I think it's so disgusting to the people that don't have their mother coming home to them, that don't have their wife coming home to them, that don't have their sister, their daughter, their cousin coming home to them, their auntie. Like, how fucking gross. And there's like whole account, like fan accounts made. And I'm just like, we're living in bizarro world.
He was like, oh yeah, like I was in a halfway house because my dad said I needed to be in one. I was not,
yeah.
You know, I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. So we moved in together. He moved in.
I've never been, like, I do have a fascination with serial killers, but it's more like to pick their brain to see what caused certain things. I never idolize them. I never am like, oh, they're so amazing. Like, oh, I'm going to put up a bunch of pictures and stuff. No. I'm not idolizing you. You tortured and murdered people. That's not something to be idolized. How disrespectful of your victims. Yeah, well, only the attractive ones, Brioche, because no one did this for Gacy. No one did this for Albert Fish. No one did this for like some of the other, you know what I mean? No one did this for anybody that was unattractive, like conventionally or unconventionally. No one did this for the unattractive people. It was always done for conventionally attractive. I mean, even like I said, look at Ramirez. His teeth were beyond fucked up, and people said that he smelled because he didn't bathe regularly, didn't brush his teeth ever, survived on candy and soda. And you all wanna tongue punch that? No. Just nasty people.
Into my house in Lake Worth, Florida, and we lived together for about 5 or 6 months, and for most of that time everything was fine. We went on dates. He met my family. He met my friends. We went to
Some bunch. I get so disgusted by these people. Like, some of these men are straight up fucking nasty. Like, Ramirez is probably up there with how he was described on smelling and how he took care of himself. Just disgusting. And they're like, oh, but he's so hot. No. No. I'm sorry. I don't see it.
Universal together. We would go shopping. Like, nothing out of the ordinary happened at all. And then I noticed that he was doing cocaine. And I was like, that's, a party drug. I don't do drugs at all. Some people had commented, like, how does it feel to be clean and sober? I have never done drugs. I've smoked marijuana twice and had full panic attacks. I don't do drugs. It's not my thing. I have a career. I have a life. Whatever, if you do drugs, that's your own thing. So he started doing coke, and then I started finding weird stuff around, and I actually took pictures of it and posted it on Reddit. And I was like, hi, hello, what is this? I know nothing about drugs. And they were like, oh yeah, that's like a makeshift crack pipe. He does crack. So that was weird. We got in a lot of fights about that, but nothing was ever physical, ever. The only time he ever got physical, and not with me, I had taken his backpack in the bathroom to see if there was drugs in it. He kicked my door in, and I got mad, and I threw a table at him, like a whole ass kitchen table. But he never hit me, ever, until that night. So there were no really red flags till the end. My family and friends started to notice towards the end also. He started like cutting me off from them, and he did steal from me. He and my friend at the time ran away together, went to Texas. I came home and all my stuff was gone. They ran away to Texas together. He stole my gun. I contacted the police. Police didn't do anything. And I was like, cool, this guy stole my gun. Like, that's actually kind of a big deal. But I guess cops in Florida kind of suck. So I forgave him after that because I'm dumb. And as many of you have pointed out, I'm a 3 and he's a 10 or whatever. So yeah, I was dumb and I was like, this guy's hot. And
That is so fucked that people came for her looks. The man fucking committed murder. And you are coming for her looks. I'm just...
And I'll do anything to keep him around. Unfortunately, that's what I did. He cheated on me a lot, with a lot of different women. I caught him. He denied it. I had cameras. He denied it. Like, there's so much stuff looking back. I'm like, girl, you are so dumb. I don't know.
They definitely are, Carolyn. Like... Yeah. I mean, they go after these people. That's their whole thing. They go after women that have low self-esteem. What do they need with somebody that knows what they want in life and is not doesn't want to settle for somebody that's like this? No, they want somebody that they can order around, that they can manipulate, that will take them back every time because they have the look. It's just, I've known people like this. I know it's beating a dead horse talking about my brother's addiction, but my brother is probably what most girls would consider attractive. I've had friends that have tried with my brother while he was in active addiction, and I was like, he's bad news. All the red flags are there. Do not. And he was that sweet talking person. He was the romantic. He would do all the love bombing, but then he would also steal your credit card, your banking cards, and go on spending sprees. it's luckily he wasn't a violent person, because it probably would have went there in his active addiction, but his was mostly theft. But he still manipulated the hell out of every girl he was ever with.
He is a master manipulator. That's what he does. That's how he's always lived his life. After he did what he did to me, I called his his adoptive parents, and they were, yeah, he's done something very similar before, and we took it to court and we won. So we don't really believe you because, the charges were dropped. I can't fight against that. So I never knew about any of his previous victims, assault, nothing until the end, because for the whole of our relationship, his name was Steven, which is his middle name. I did not know his name was Wade until we got mail from his...
That's the thing, Brioche. He came from young parents. He was adopted by the family. The dad that gave the statement and the trial was his adoptive dad. I wondered why he looked too young. Like, I would never have expected that to be his dad, and it's not his biological dad, it's his adoptive dad. I don't know how much to play was how he was raised. His parents were said to have been very young parents, like 14, 15, 16. And they had mental health issues and drug issues, so I don't know if that kind of leached onto him. But also, I kind of understand the path that was kind of taken, but it didn't need to be taking other people's lives. Oh, they 100% knew his temperament and how he manipulated people. But there's only so many times you can tell somebody, he don't date my son. Like, he's bad news bears. Like, he's not a good person. People are going to ignore it because he's attractive. I don't know how girls are seeing him with the swastika and, the white supremacist markings that he has on himself, and then seeing the skull, kind of like American Horror Story serial killer moment. And I'm just like, how are we seeing that and being like, you know what, I could change him? We just had the whole movement of we'd rather choose the bear over the man. And now we're, yep, kitty. That's my big boy, Ezio. It's either him or... Stop it, get some help. I know, right, Brioche? I've had those friends that have, like, warned people about bad people that I would see and be like, you know what? No, it's bad news.
Adoptive dad.
You can only do so much.
It had information on it about his daughter and his real name, and I was like, what is this? And he was like, oh, it's like a friend of mine's daughter. It's not really my daughter, and blah, blah, blah. So that's how I found out his real name, all that stuff. People are saying I should write a book. I don't know how to do that. If anyone wants to reach out to me and help me, that's great. People are saying I should sue the police department. I would love to. That costs money. If anyone wants to donate to a lawyer or find me a lawyer that'll do it, I would love to.
Why wouldn't you try to find a lawyer? Why are you wanting other people to do the work for you if you have a story to tell and are wanting to, I guess, profit off of it? Like, if you're wanting to right the wrong, then why wouldn't you go do the work and getting that done? I'm sure there's a lawyer out there that would take her case and just want payment after she got paid. Like, I'm sure that there's some out there.
Contacted them the other day to find out what happened with my internal affairs thing that I set up like a year ago when I was looking into it, I found out that the detective Potter...
Almost, or it could just be laziness, honestly. She's from Florida. Florida people are messy. I'm glad I'm not, like, originally from here. I'm a transplant, but Florida people are messy. Florida is its own biome.
Who was in charge of my case got demoted to road crew, and he was suspended for only 120 hours for misconduct. So I don't know. They told me I need to contact the SIU units to try to find out if anyone knows where my evidence, my pictures went, anything like that. Police report, everything's gone. I would obviously like to see that. I have photos from the police's personal cameras. I'm gonna give you a trigger warning. These are kind of bad. So this is my lip. He busted my lip open. These are the ligature marks on my hands. These were pictures of my TV because they sent me a CD. So this is where he like tied me up with garbage bags that were in the back of my car, cut the circulation off my hands. I literally thought my hands were gonna fall off. This is the marks from being strangled, and you know, by his hand. This is where he bit me.
How do you mean, Nicole? What about the families of the women who are gone? This would affect them too. Her pressing charges would affect them too. A lot of women would still be here if they took violent, problematic behavior seriously earlier. Yeah. Because this could have easily, she could have lost her life to this as well. Why do they bite people? It's a dominance thing. So many men suing. Yeah, it depends. It depends on what she's suing for, how it would affect the other victims. I mean, she could like say, hey, I'm going to be doing this. Do you guys want in on it? But Brioche, yeah, they bite people for dominance. It's very much a dominance thing. It's gross. It just goes to show you that like the mediocre punishments they give abusers or the boys will be boys attitude in K through 12 and higher education, even with girls who show red flags. Yeah. I think it's more so like you see it a lot with serial killers. They will bite the victim in their encounters for that. I don't know. It's just very icky. I think a part of them, they know that it's gonna hurt, but it's also the hurt at their discretion. Like I've been bit by people. My brothers fought dirty when we were younger. I grew up with mostly all boys for a good majority of my life. And those fuckers fight dirty. It is very animalistic. That's what, Brioche, sometimes you take the words right out of my noggin. But like all these girls reacting to him like this, like I can change him, you know. He deserves a second chance. He deserves help, not the death penalty, yada yada blah blah. And I'm just like, this is like boys will be boys. This is like undermining anything to do with this man.
He bit my chin and my ear. And then this is how he was the rest of the time. He was a very good looking dude. I don't doubt that at all. I mean, you know, that's how he did what he did. He lured women in, and He's very charismatic and smart, and I do not doubt if people write him in prison, he will have you sending him money and promise that you are the only one, and it's just you and me, and blah blah blah. Girl, it is not just you and me.
Especially because he has like 200 and almost 300 girls that are on his list that can send him shit. It's gross. I think it was over like 3,000 women have wrote him, and only 200 are allowed to send things through to him at the moment. It's still disgusting.
It is you and every other woman that simps over him, and
yeah, that's what'll give him any kind of sway in prison, is he'll have commissary to spend to help him out of situations. Oh, definitely. It's Florida too. Like Florida is a joke. It's a running joke, honestly. Do we think that he's not going to seduce a guard, male or female, at this point?
You know what? If you want to,
he's gonna get good treatment.
Never gonna see the light of day. I don't care. He can't hurt anybody in there anymore. Mentally, maybe, which, you know, whatever. I have been contacted by him in the last year or so. I don't answer phone calls from him. I don't answer emails from him.
That man is fucking wild. Calling her from jail, expecting her to answer after the way he treated her, and after her finding out that he was fucking murdering women. Like, are you fucking joking? But I also don't believe that she didn't answer at least one of the phone calls before her family probably stepped in and was like, don't do it, girl. Kelly, have more self-respect. No.
I want nothing to do with him until it's time to watch him fry, and I will be in the front row with a big old sign saying bye.
Oh shit, is he gonna get the electric chair if he gets death penalty? Does Florida still have the electric chair? I gotta research this. Florida execution methods. Electrocution, hanging. How does Florida execute people? That's what I thought, but when she said electrocution, I thought we did away with the electric chair everywhere. What methods of execution are used in Florida? They use two methods, lethal injection and electrocution. So she wasn't wrong. Electrocution. Yeah, Eileen Wuornos. I don't know. That was such a... I don't think there would have ever been any fixing her, though. Yeah, pick your poison. Do you want lethal injection or electrocuted? The choice is up to the inmate, apparently. Okay, it says, I think she should have placed it in mental hospital or given life. Yeah. Life probably would have been better. Mental hospital. We don't really have a lot of those nowadays that are equipped for somebody that may be as violent. I don't know. It's hard really to say. Eileen was one of those cases that you kind of understood. It's just every spot in her life, people shit on her. it's rough. But apparently both Florida and Tennessee explicitly authorize lethal injection and electrocution, but state that if those methods are found unconstitutional, prisoners may be executed by any constitutional method of execution. Yeah, she did have a lot of trauma. And unfortunately, it all revolved around fucking men in her life. I felt so horrible for her. At every turn, the men in her life let her down. And the men that should have been protecting her let her down.
That's what is my goal. I've had some interviews with news stations. I'm trying to get an interview with Bunny, Jelly Roll's wife, because I saw that she wanted to interview him, and I think it would be better if...
Also, yeah, has anybody heard about the whole fucking Jelly Roll's wife wanting to interview Wade Wilson because she thinks he's interesting? Does everyone get icky vibes from that? Because had he been anybody else, had he looked ugly, would she still be wanting to interview him? Like, I feel like this is such a... Yeah. Is this, like... So many people are murdered every day by men. Like, let's not beat around the bush. So many people are murdered every day by men. Why is this case out of Florida by a man that brutally murdered 2 people so interesting? Yeah, I hear lately Bunny has given me icky vibes. Like, I used to be like, okay, she's like sex worker, whatever. Jelly Roll had some drug issues back in the day, whatever. They seemed okay, but here lately their true colors are showing, and I'm not blaming it so much on Jelly Roll because he's his own person, but Bunny herself is giving very icky vibes. And I understand, like, he's very popular right now. If you look on TikTok, there's so many people covering Wade Wilson's case and discussing him and the petition that's out there for him to not get the death penalty. And all these girls fawning over him. Maybe Bunny thinks that that's worth discussing because all these women are fawning after him and she wants to kind of put it out there. But, like, why interview him? Why not interview his victims? To set the record straight. You know, the families, the fucking ex-girlfriend got beat the shit out of and attempted to murder her as well. I don't know. It's weird. Exactly, Brioche. I mean, it's just like what Keemstar is doing for Boogie right now. Faked fucking cancer, and we're going to give him a platform, continue to give him a platform just to make fun of him and do off-the-wall shit. Maybe tie it into the bigger issue of violence against women. Yeah, anything but, like, giving him the time of day. What is giving Wade Wilson a voice in the matter going to do? Nothing. It's going to make girls fawn over him more. It's gross.
If she talked to a victim, I am still in contact with his ex that testified against him. She and I text sometimes. And are you here? Are you helping? But like I said, if anyone needs to talk, wants to get out of a relationship like that, please reach out. I am a nice person. I'm not going to judge you. I will do everything I can to help you. And for those of you that want to be mean and say, you're not his type, I don't know what he sees in you, blah, blah, blah. He saw a fragile girl that had money, that was just...
that he could take advantage of.
Could be used, and it doesn't matter what you look like. I was more attractive back then. I'm a little chunky now, but whatever. He still hits me up. It's not skin. It's skin deep. It's
his type will throw money at him without question and then just let him murder them, apparently.
You know, he was trying to use me, and somehow I got away, thankfully, and he will suffer for it. And yeah, so if you guys...
So it's not just these two women that suffered at his hand. It's been other people. He had an ex that testified in court against him, and then this is another ex that he attempted to fucking do shit with. So the list is getting longer, and people are like, oh, well, we could change him. He just needs some mental health help. Okay, bitch.
So, excuse my face, I'm super tired, but I finally got some of my stuff back from the hospital, and the internal affairs thing that we opened up against the detective that wouldn't do anything in Wade's case against me. And I had initially thought I was like going crazy, because there's no way that you have this much evidence and you just don't do anything about it. But looking back and reading this, there was 100% no doubt that he did what he did, and this cop just didn't care. And he actually got reprimanded for it. And they actually did a report on Fox 4, I think, on the west coast of Florida. So I'm going to show you guys some pictures of the report. You can pause it and read it or whatever, just to prove all this stuff, all these people that don't.
Exactly. Like, go be a cellmate and fix him since you like him so much. A lot of these girls think that they wouldn't get murdered by him. Like, he wouldn't put his hands on them. We're living in idiocracy at this point. Like, I literally feel like we are living in idiocracy. These girls, these grown women, like, my husband was like, you know what? You should find who all these people are running these accounts and send this information to their employers. Because this is not right. Like, how disgraceful is this for these families that had to go through this fucking evil? But I was like, I'm not like that kind of person. Will I blast them online? Of course. But like, I don't go in real life. they're just stupid. You know, some of them, I will give it, they know their way around. Hello, library. They know their way around the legal system for the petition to have been started and to gain signatures on that. Oh, Caroline, I'm so sorry. I think a good majority of women have went through some kind of abusive relationship in their lifetimes, whether it be from their own family or from significant others. Yeah, there's so many, like, let me go on TikTok here. Let me open another window. Like, there's so many accounts with this Save Wade Wilson shit. Justice for Wade. Justice for Wade Wilson. Save Wade Wilson. Save Wade Wilson. And then they get all these fucking edits of him, these thirst trap edits, and I'm just like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? I am beyond disgusted. Yeah, he's not a victim. Why the fuck does he need saved? They're trying to save him from the death penalty, but if this isn't somebody who deserves the death penalty, I don't know who is. The man took 2 lives. One woman was a mother. The other he ran over so many times that he told his adoptive father that he wanted to make her look like spaghetti. Maybe I'm missing something. He also brutally attacked 2 other women who testified against him. You want a man that looks like he's got Jack Skellington's face tattooed on him with a bunch of Nazi propaganda all over him. And it's sickening.
So, excuse me. So they also took actual photos, like with a good camera at the hospital. Those photos are gone. I can't find them anywhere. The hospital gave them to the police department, and I can't find them. They can't find them. So I'm pretty sure that the detective in this case probably got rid of them. Who knows? They're gone. So I'm still working on trying to find out where those.
Yeah, Trish, no sympathy here either. Like, he deserves the death penalty, whether it be through electrocution or through injection. The man does not deserve life when he took 2 lives. No. Also, the fact that lovely Florida go figure, the police lose evidence that this woman had been attacked.
Those went, but 1 second, let me show you. So this is proof that I had DNA evidence under my fingernails and from a sexual assault. The detective told me at the time when he got these back that they were inconclusive and that there was no proof of his DNA on me. Obviously there was. This is just showing the findings from his internal affairs, that he was neglectful. You'll have to pause and read it, but he was neglectful.
So she's saying here that she's gotten conflicting things. When they ran the tests on her, it was concluded that she did have DNA and stuff on her fingernails and from the sexual assault, but then they claimed that it was not conclusive, that they couldn't tell if it was his DNA or not. So once again, the lovely Florida judicial system really hitting it home. God love him.
He closed the case without waiting for the DNA to come back, all this other stuff. This is all the photos that were taken that we cannot find. These are detailed mappings of my injuries. So this is a bite mark on my face. This one is a bite mark. This is redness and scratches around my neck, a busted lip. This is the bite mark on my face. Bruising and stuff like that. It literally says ligature marks on my wrists and my ankles, and a busted lip and bruised knees and all this other stuff. Literally it says ligature marks and teeth marks, bite marks on my face. How are you going to tell me that there was not enough evidence to at least detain this man? So that just blows my mind, because
how would they not have enough evidence with ligature marks and bite marks to detain him?
It's been 4 years. I haven't seen the pictures. And if you've ever been through a severe trauma, you know that like sometimes your memory can be messed up. And I was like, you know, maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought. Like I knew I had a busted lip, but maybe everything else was kind of like in my head. But then looking back, straight up says ligature marks. Like I was effing tied up. And he bit me on the face and on the ear. I had a bloody nose. I had a super busted lip. They had like big cuts on the inside of my mouth. I had handprints and bruises on my neck. And you're going to tell me that this man might have not have done it? In the report, it also says that I might have done it to myself.
What the fuck?
Punched myself in the face that hard.
She punched herself in the face, tied herself up, bit herself, and sexually assaulted herself? What the fuck, man? You know that was a male police officer. Once again, I'm going to reiterate, this is in Florida, the dumpster fire of the United States. Yeah.
That I busted my lip wide open. And I bit my own cheek. I don't know if you guys know that you can do that. Bite the outside of your cheek. So yeah, I'm trying to raise money to pursue a lawyer. I need a lawyer. So I don't know if there's any lawyers on here that want to help me, or if you want to donate to any of this.
I don't see why she doesn't just start calling around and getting in-person conversation started with lawyers and being like, look, I don't have any money right now, but best believe that if this goes to court and you guys win this case, I'll give you whatever you want. I'm actually surprised no one's approached her either, but like, maybe I can see like where a lot of lawyers would be like, we are fighting Florida. It's like fighting stupid. Unfortunately. Good Lord. Ooh. Oh no, there's gonna be a fight. What are you doing? Okay, you got down. Yeah, I think that somebody said that in the comments. He looks like G-Eazy. I'm not familiar who that is. I don't listen to a lot of rap. Let's look up G-Eazy just to see for reference. Yeah, G-Eazy without the tattoos. Good palate cleanser for babies. Yeah, they're about to fight, it looks like, though. They get frisky late at night. It's you. They love the lights because they're warm. Let's see, what else do we have here? Easy is that Megan Thee Stallion rejected him. Isn't Megan Thee Stallion kind of messy? I know her and Nicki Minaj were beefing. That was great. Oh yeah. The Reddit. See what Mr. Emil is about. Yeah, Nikki does give Mean Girl vibes. So apparently, Emil had some more videos removed from his TikTok due to violations. So that's a plus. The more we can get removed from the platform of him, the better. Something like that. Yeah, I remember her and Cardi B going at it, and didn't Cardi throw her shoe at her? That was funny. I know Cardi's messy, but I low-key like Cardi. I don't know. I like her just for the messiness, though. So, Emil had one of his live streams reported. What was this reported for? Oh, it doesn't tell you what it was reported for. It just says that it was removed for removed for being against community guidelines. So he's had 4 videos removed. Hey, you can see the thumbnails. They look pretty creepy, I'm not gonna lie. Last night's live stream. Internalized misogyny, beefed with Miley Cyrus. You know, I wasn't for young Miley. I feel like not young Miley, young adult Miley. She's kind of messy. Yeah, the shake and the flapjacks and stuff. But I think here lately she's kind of came into her own. I love that she's had covered some of Dolly Parton's music. Oh, Miley, what's good? Yeah, I know Dolly's her godmother. I like that she's covered some of her stuff. Their voices aren't similar, but I like what Miley was able to add to her music. I don't know if you. Yeah, he had 4 of his videos removed. Unfortunately, it doesn't show why they were removed. It just shows that they went against community guidelines. But the thumbnails were gross looking, so. Well, not gross looking, they were fucking odd. Yeah, read that caption. You're super likable. And he responds with, thank you, and super fuckable. Oh my god. He is so gross on there, though. And now his partner in crime has a subreddit as well, which I was super fucking excited about. Jordy. She's just as nasty as he is. He said now what gets me the most is Emily, his his other personality that's supposedly a young girl, is between the ages of 18 and not 18, 8 and 12. What would an 8 or 12-year-old need with a sex doll? What would a 12-year-old need with a sex doll? This is disgusting. No, that altar is supposed to be young. And I'm just like, he is so sexual with her. It's gross. Lisa must have given Emil another big donation. Exactly, Brioche. Apparently he has a Facebook page that he messages his top donors, and it gets pretty raunchy quick. And then he sends them his worn underwear and worn socks or worn stockings. If that ain't no fucking lie. I thought she was supposed to be an older teen that's into DDL, playing up the baby girl kink. From what he has said before, he changes the girl's age a lot. And I don't know if it's to kind of throw people off what age she's supposed to be during certain things to see if it's appropriate or not what's being said. But the gist of it is she's between the ages of 8 and a young teenager. I need to give that to the police for DNA testing. And apparently one of his old mods got back in touch with him, and he took a picture with her. It's somebody that they had a falling out with, but got back with him. And I'm like, I wonder if it's drug related. As alters their voices change, but they all continue to talk the same way. Like, why is the vocabulary of a young girl the same as a grown man? Exactly. I also love that. I think it's Jack. He like tries so hard to deepen his voice, but he's had it so high pitched for so long, trying to talk like Emily, that it's not doing it. It's just weird. That's a jump scare. He was shaking from trying to flex so hard. That's so funny. If I was religious, I'd think he was possessed. I'm still not totally convinced. I feel like this has to be some kind of psychosis. He did hard drugs. And he's supposedly only, 2 years sober? I know that's a magical number and the former drug addict. I'm scared crapless. What is this? I love some of these captions. Oh my god, he was arrested? That's his little girl pose. Ugh, I felt gross just saying that. But that's how he... Ugh. Let's see here. So I didn't know he was arrested this week. I think it's actually isn't it in the attic? I'm not sure. I think it's upstairs. Oh, he definitely has a record. He has a pretty decent record, but this week he was arrested apparently. A docket hasn't been created yet. Yeah, they say a docket hasn't been created yet. I'll have to be on the look at that for this coming week. People are speculating it's because of his probation. Maybe he did something or didn't do something for his probation. He's never been officially diagnosed. Apparently, his doctor thinks he's a medical mystery. I feel like his entire TikTok should be a probation violation, honestly. I'm sure people send stuff to his probation officer. I know there are some people on TikTok that follow him a lot more closely than I do to be able to send things that are needed to be sent to people around him. But I'm sure the poor probation officer. That's the thing. I don't think he was ever seen by a doctor. This doesn't look like a man that goes to a doctor regularly for anything. And like there's so much wrong that he needs help with that I just don't see it. I don't see it. And like a medical doctor is not going to tell you that you're mentally unwell. They're going to leave that up for a mental health professional. Exactly, Brioche. I think they would have him committed. If you lived in Florida, it'd be done, bro. he would not have a good time. But his buddy now has a snark page as well. Apparently, she makes fun. Well, is it really making fun if she's going after other creators that are scammers? I'll let that pass. Yeah, this is one of his mods that stick up for him that sends him panties and cute socks and stockings, and in return she gets his used underwear and worn socks. I don't know what she does with them. I think she's supposed to wear them or something and then send them back to him. But she also donates to him regularly. She has a family of her own now. So I don't know what their actual relationship is. It's just really weird. Yeah, like trading very bizarre playing cards. Hello, Wicked. Apparently Jordy's into bullying other creators on TikTok, but to be fair, average Florida pen pals. I don't think he's from Florida though, and I don't think she's from Florida. That's the only thing. Like, I think they're cosplaying Floridians at this point. This creator that she's bullying though, the We Real, are I don't know if they're husband and wife or just boyfriend and girlfriend, but they quit their jobs to entertain on TikTok, and all they do is they do like little skits of TikTok trends and beg for money on TikTok Live. So that's the extent of their content. So I'm not too mad at her bullying a TikTok creator that's trying to scam people out of money to pay their way because they refuse to get real jobs.
Give them the time.
Okay, all right, I'll stop.
Mandarin.
And apparently this is Jordy admitting to ditching her friends and family for the last 5 months so she could mod for Amel. It's very culty feeling. Like, I feel like all the women around him have like lost their marbles. they think that like he's bullied or they're trying to protect him online, but like the man is like sitting there air quoting of age, because we know he's trying to say that like he will accept younger people in his chat that aren't supposed to be there, while he's showing very sexualized content.
Pandering you. Honey, everyone sees through it. Don't worry about it. Let's not even give him the time of
Okay,
day.
all right, I'll stop.
Yeah,
I just
no,
want
you're fine.
Facebook
I love
back.
hearing you vent out. I could talk to you all night, babe.
I delete Facebook because I'm like, oh, they're going to find my friends and my family. I deleted Facebook like 4 months ago, and that was like my number one source of like talking to people. So I've literally not talked to my friends or family since February because
But
of
Jordy,
Mallory.
listen, if you do that, you're letting them win. Jordy, they're not anything. Don't ever get rid of
They
your
are,
life
though.
for that. Don't ever
They-
get
And she's getting mad at people that she had to delete her Facebook because she didn't want people to get at her friends and family that are on her Facebook page. And it's like, yeah, he's a walking red flag, or I should say dancing red flag. She does sound young. I believe that she's almost 30. She's in her late 20s. Has 2 children and a husband. I'm like, where is the husband in all this? Why is he okay with their interactions? I think that's very weird. And I'm not one to kink shame, but like, this sounds like a kink, but like in bizarro world, because she has young children and he's pretending to be a young child. Oh, an over-sexualized young child. It's just weird.
rid
Are
of your life for
psycho.
that. What's that?
I know. They're psycho. They will
Yeah, I
find
know.
people.
And they try to make scenes and go out and dox like these little TikTok.
I mean, maybe they're trying to just inform the people that love this woman, that care for this woman, of who she's interacting with online. Yeah, Kiki, she stated that her husband works 3rd shift, which is around the same time that she would be going on and modding for Amel, and that her and her husband text all the time. He knows what she does online, yada yada blah blah. And I'm like, either it's a total lie and her husband has no idea what she does online, and that's why she deleted her Facebook preemptively, by the way, because she deleted it 4 months ago. Or he knows all about it and is okay with it. That's overnight, right? Her deleting her Facebook. She literally deleted it a month into modding for him. She's been modding for him for 5 months. And overnight is, yeah, 3rd shift is overnight. It's like usually from like 11, 12 to early morning. I used to be a 2nd shifter. Worst shift to work, honestly. 10 out of 10 don't recommend it.
TikTok slang to dox you. Honey, you're gonna rise through all of it. Don't worry. We will able. And Jordy, no offense, they can attack your kids all they want, but Megan, it's not.
No offense, they can attack your kids all they want. What? How could she hear him say that and be like, you know what? I'm gonna stick through. I'm gonna stick it out. He does. He love bombs them. He talks like a cult leader. Like, it gives me Charles Manson vibes.
Able. And Jordy, no offense, they can attack your kids all they want, but Megan, it's not our fault God made you barren. Ugh, that sucks. Ugh.
Oh, I ain't coming on that one.
Is what it is. Ugh. Sorry, Megan. You know what I mean? You don't have.
This man talking about a barren woman while he has 2 children that don't even associate with him because of how he is. Ugh, Amel. Ugh. Like, what the fuck?
Never get that chance to have what she had. So the next time you want to attack her, Guarantee that's the reason why, all of you. So let it go. If you decide to go at Jordy, you know the four of us will ignite you. And you know, trust me, Megan's run. Dad has seen her tuck her tail and run from us before, just from words. I will slaughter them if they go at my Jordy. I will slaughter them. So we love you, and we will talk to you.
Isn't this technically a terroristic threat? Is he going full Devin on us?
Again, okay?
Okay, I love you. I'll let you go.
I love you too. Mwah. Bye.
Bye.
I'm just... You know, I had never heard that before, Devin. Like, I'd heard of people making death threats, but I didn't know that there was a term behind it in law called terroristic threat. I don't see how that's terrorist. I guess I don't see how it's terroristic. What is the definition of terroristic? Before I go making a complete fool of myself. Relating to or involving the use of unlawful violence and intimidation, especially against civilians in the pursuit of political aims. Well, is it terroristic if it's, like, not political? I mean, yes, it is intimidation. Yeah. Devin has me throwing that word around. Speaking of which, I wish I would have brought my phone out here, but I'm going to see if I can't find it on TikTok. Please, please, please. They have me blocked on a lot of their accounts, so this may be a little difficult. Osborne. No, Beth Osborne, maybe. You can't protect them from the world. Yeah. We're gonna come back to this because I know Beth was on begging for some more money this afternoon, but I'm really trying to find Devin's stupid rap video. But we'll have to suffice with this. It doesn't have any. The money is getting dry. No, they were on today begging for, I think, like $300, something like that, because they needed dog food. And yeah, well, Liam, my husband, thinks it's funny because I now refer to Devin as Devin M because of his bleached blonde hair. And now that he's rapping, I'm like, he thinks he's Devin M. But Beth was on begging for like $300 something today, wanting dog food and food for their house. I don't know. They hate me with a burning passion. Anytime they see anything remotely connected to my name, because usually my icons are all the same. They're all like stills from Serial Mom, so I may have to mix it up here soon. Even though my main account is John Waters. Oh yeah, not a tear to be seen. Fake crying. There's music playing behind this, but it's not her voice sound. But this was the last minute begging before she went offline. And then the whole messiness with Devin saying that lady's PTSD, her trauma wasn't trauma enough for him. I can't help it. I love that movie, for one. My favorite part in it is where she's calling up her neighbor and like just cussing and saying pussy willows because it's offensive to the neighbor. I love that part. I'm a very big John Waters fan.
And
All right, let's go to Beg Talk. Sometimes they have stuff clipped of Beth. Maybe we'll get some context behind.
She assaulted me. Stick my fuck.
Just a little bit of everybody. Oh, you haven't, Brioche? You should go watch that. It's a really good movie. It has Matthew Lillard in it. It has, what's her name? She used to be a talk show host. She was in Hairspray. I can't think of her name. Yeah, 1988. Ricky Lake. That's who it is. Has Ricky Lake in it. I think it was around the same time of Crybaby. I know that was another big Ricky Lake, John Waters film. He liked casting her in his more, I wouldn't say PG friendly, but more friendlier films. His more marketable films. Good Lord, what is that? That looks like a whole ass mess. This is Beg Talk, by the way. Yeah, Crybaby with Johnny Depp. Yeah. He's problematic now, but he probably was problematic back then too. He was nice to look at, though. I always loved Hatchet Face. Oh yeah, Beth's ex-friend started spilling some tea on her. Yeah, Brad Pitt. It's so sad. All the heartthrobs from like the 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, Hatchet Face was that bitch. I loved her. I believe he did. He started out doing a lot of smaller films, and then of course Divine became like his muse. I miss them together. Like, I know that he probably misses his best friend, but after Hairspray was made, that was something that really blew Divine up to be like an actually taken serious actor, even though it wasn't a serious film by all means. But there's nothing wrong with my face. I got character. All right, so this is supposedly Beth's ex-friend spilling the beans on how she helped Beth scam people out of money with staged calls and lies. I know it's been brought to a lot of TikTok's attention that Beth has claimed that she was a Marine, that she served in a small team of people that did certain things with the cartel involved. And then she even stated that she was awarded a Purple Heart and that she fought in Vietnam. And a lot of military people have been calling her out, being like, well, where is your there's a form or something that she should have showing that she served in the military, and Beth refuses to show it. She also says that she doesn't collect veteran benefits, even though she could if she wanted to. And it's like, okay, that's more plausible that you're on here begging for money on the internet because you refuse or too prideful or too traumatized by your military service to collect military benefits. Yeah, the DD 214. I was like, that doesn't make any damn sense. That you wouldn't take advantage of the resources given to you for free for your service. You would rather panhandle online. No. And the fact that she went through $3,000 in less than a month that was supposed to be used towards her move that never happened, and now they're trying to do the same thing again, raise money to move. And it's like, well, what happened to the $3,000? And like, I asked her about that under a different name. As an ex-Marine, that would open doors. Exactly. They would have fixed her teeth. She would have had housing. Yeah, Kiki, they're older. Like, she's only like 40-ish. She's like in her late 30s. Yeah, she would have insurance. Like, she would have all these things afforded to her for being a veteran. And we're just not going to take advantage of it because it was too traumatic to serve. And it's like, what? Also, her story of her service, I'll have to try to find it. Her story of her service, she literally was told that she was going to be leaving, needed to leave for her service, just had met Devin only 3 months before she was supposed to leave, and decided to draw up papers to where he could essentially watch her have guardianship over her children while she left for service. After 3 months of knowing him, by the way. Mom of the Year goes to Beth. It's probably a really good indication why her adult children do not have anything to do with her anymore. Yeah. A real wiener right there. Let me try to find Beth Osborne. Maybe the Reddit will have it. Just look up every post with her in it. Apparently she used to have a subreddit like exclusively for her and a Discord where people discussed her, but they were removed. Damn, I'll have to look that up and find the actual videos. I know I'd watched about her service story. I just can't remember through who. And like, TikTok doesn't have a history setting, which is infuriating. Because if you don't like or save the video, you'll never see it again. All right, let's go back to the tea spill on Miss Beth from a former friend that helped scam people.
the toy pew pew situation.
Gotcha.
That's what scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
I was begging her to stop, but obviously she doesn't.
Okay, automatically, I already know the voice. It's one of her people that I've seen on her channel, on her panel. Yeah, definitely sounds like there's a few teeth missing.
Like to listen to anybody.
Yeah.
But just the past couple weeks, the whole pregnancy thing was a lie to bring out a mole in our chat. Like I even took technically my husband took a pregnancy test because I can't get pregnant.
Yeah.
And
she faked pregnancy to find a mole in her chat. Are they fucking paranoid? I don't understand that. She faked pregnancy, said she was pregnant. For donations, she was wanting donations and stuff towards her pregnancy, and even had, I believe they started like an Amazon list. Beth and Devin are like fucking dumpster people, I swear to God.
And like, because we were trying to figure out how to pull out this mole, so I was like, what happens if this turns positive? I was trying to help, but I mean, I did some fucking shady ass shit. I did some shady ass fucking shit, and that's not me. It's not me at all.
This app brings out the worst in people sometimes. I think we've all been there at one point or another. And, I'm sure a lot of you guys were in my live or had seen clips of the other day with Devin. He was very revealing on the kind of person that he is.
I know the speaker is trying to like navigate the panel, but like saying that we've all been there, this app brings out the worst in people. If you are educating people on people doing wrong on this app, I don't think that you're on the same level as somebody who is faking that they're pregnant to find a mole in their community and their little bubble of moderators. I think that's really fucking weird, and the fact that you're trying to profit off of it on top of all of that is even weirder. I don't know. That sounds weird.
I won't even really get into him kind of invalidating my own PTSD, meanwhile trying to justify his own and all that stuff. Beth and Devin are toxic, and they bring out the worst in just about everybody who they come into contact with.
Okay, that I can agree with.
Live. I was listening to it all.
Yeah.
By the way, I love your satire, Scammy Awards. I really do love your satire.
Thank you so much. The other night was supposed to be funny. It took a pretty dark turn, I would say, like, just a little bit. But it is what it is, and I'm glad that I was able to get Devin up there to do some of the talking, because he showed the world everything they needed to see, and I didn't really have to do anything to help that along. You know what I mean? And
I think it's just her voice. I've seen her on a lot of live streams. She talks about Devin and Beth, and she holds what she calls the Scammy Awards. She has like a list of people on her Scammy Awards, and they like go over everything that they found on these people, and sometimes even have like panels where they discuss with other people that are doing the same thing. And then on the rare occasion, they have the people that they're talking about come and try to plead their case, she's the same one that I showed of Devin saying that her PTSD wasn't valid because hers was over losing a child, where his is trauma that he had from being a child to adulthood. So Devin lives in his own little world.
And unfortunately, when you're dealing with people like this, the only thing you can really do is block them and walk away. What I can't really wrap my head around, though, is how they're still getting donations, because they've showed everyone multiple times. Part of his 18-minute story about their backstory was him telling me if you paid attention, my wife's content used to be about Black Lives Matter. Well, it's funny you bring that up, Devin, because I've heard you drop the N slur multiple times now, and I've heard Beth drop the N slur multiple times now, and then try to justify it by one, what her background is, and two, it wasn't a hard R, so it's all good. Those are the kinds of people that Beth and Devin are.
Oh, do tell, Brioche. I'm not understanding. I haven't seen very much advertising of the Olympics, but I saw it last night. We were watching some show and they advertised the Olympics. I think it was Michelob or something, a beer. And I was like, oh, we're still doing that? Because the world is shit right now. And I'm like, I guess this is a way of, I don't even fucking know. Biden stepping down and Kamala Harris coming forward, and she's our only fucking hope for not having Trump run. Everything's a dumpster fire. Oh, that's amazing. Ew. Also, the stuff with Mr. Beast coming out, that his best friend that's transgender, coming out that he's been associating with underage people. It's reduced a sentence. Ugh. It's just, the world is a dumpster fire right now. We need a hard reset. We're just living in Willy Wonka world right now.
It's convenient for them to use their mental health when in reality there's no excuse for it.
But yet their best friend Tina drops it with the hard ER multiple times.
Yeah, Devin was trying to tell me the other day that I need to go talk to Miss Tina, and I've heard my share of things. I actually followed Tina for a while when she was anti-Beth and Devin, but then I obviously kind of unfollowed the other day for a good damn reason, I guess, because I've seen and heard some things myself now.
Wait till you get to play with Trazzy, Tina. That's fun.
Lovely.
And, back to what Scammy was saying, a lot of people, everybody makes mistakes. I have. Listen, I don't have a great track record. A lot of people know my story. An active addiction. I've made a lot of mistakes on this app, off this app. But it's what you do to rectify that. It's how you recover, and it's moving forward.
Yes. Yeah.
You put one step in front of the other, and you keep marching forward.
And Nikki's come such a long way that she just got disqualified. So yeah, there's that. If people definitely can change.
Nikki, you need to be requalified. God.
I know.
Steven, may we have a word? Oh, he's got a Reddit. Ooh, let's go. Let's go. Okay. Former Olympic champion Van den Hoogenbond defends child rapist Steven van de Velde. After defending that child rapist Steven van de Velde, I have lost all respect for one of my former all-time favorite Olympians. I don't know if that's pronounced Pieter van den Hoogenbond. To be honest, I was a little surprised by the fuss, Van de Hoogenbond told NOS. He's been active in international sports for a long time, the beach volleyball world. He has played World Cups, European Championships, and world championships, but then you see that things are different around the games, that things are exaggerated. Hopefully we can talk about sports again soon. Vanden Heugenbond. Disgusting. Gross. So they just don't even want to acknowledge this because he's done great things in sports. How fucking gross. Let's go look at this fucking guy so we can publicly shame him. Oh yeah, he looks like a loser. Can't even grow facial hair. Yuck. Who cut your hair? Had to known the man that gets his hair cut by his mom in a fucking dark room that can't grow proper facial hair would be after kids. Gross. You're gross, bro. Gross. I wish I knew the answer to that question, Nicole. Some people just suck. Oh, of course he hasn't. He looks like a fucking asshole that wouldn't acknowledge that people are calling him a rapist. He's probably gonna go with, they wanted it. They wanted it. Fuck off. You think because you look like a 12-year-old boy, you can fucking attack children? That's fucking disgusting. It was a mistake. Where have we heard that before? Lapse in judgment. Yeah, lapse in judgment because it's post-nut clarity. Like after you have had your fill of whatever the fuck you were doing, so disgusting. Then you have hindsight. You're like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't have done this. They're a little young. No shit, Sherlock. Gross.
Because I wasn't going to come up here.
So gross. Men are gross. Women are gross. Everybody's gross.
Well, I know the reason why is because they're expecting me to be up here, so I'm going to give them what they want.
Well, what they want is like $400, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I gave them almost, damn near close to 300, so they should be happy with that.
Oh, it's fucking crazy.
Book Jen, yes, the Zoom calls were fake.
100%.
No houses. It was lies to shoot. Beth, that is theft by deception. You collected funds under false pretense. That is absolutely theft by deception.
I don't know. It's the Ek, yeah. I don't know why none of the people that have found out that they've been wronged by Beth, that it was that the money that they sent to be used for a certain thing aren't pressing charges, that it's fraud, because what they thought their money was being used for obviously is not being used for that, because they're continuously begging online for money. And that person just said that these Zoom calls that they were supposedly having weren't actually happening because they've never met with anybody for moving. Honestly, they probably don't, because I think Beth and them block people if they're not modded right away and are going to continuously give them money. I think they block them if people question how their money's being used. And then they change accounts so frequently. Like, it's hard for me to keep up with what account they're under next. Right now, she's using a new account. So I always have to like go through whoever's recording them and their live streams, because there's people that follow them just like they follow some of the other TikTok scammers, and they have not shown but their voice playing in their background. Yeah, they probably could report them. There's been people that have just been like, you should definitely just charge back, like request your money back.
Oh yeah.
So, people who donated, you should really look into getting your money back and charges.
Guys, my daughter just came up with the best idea ever. Sorry, you were muted. She's
all of that crazy shit. Was that also?
They use PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, and there's one other that they use. But they also accept gifts, but yeah, I know PayPal's pretty good, and I think Cash App is pretty decent with getting your money back as well. Also, you can report those people on, I think, Cash App for what you would be considered fraud.
Law, is that made up by Beth, or are those really happening?
Can you say that one more time? Sorry, I was screenshotting something.
It's okay.
I apologize. My mind is going like a million miles per hour right now, so I apologize for not listening to you clearly.
No, it's okay. The like the pizza orders that she said was coming through, all the phone calls, all the text messages, are those real, or is she doing that to herself?
I believe that they're real.
Okay.
I really do, because like there was times that we were, you know, on phone chats together, and so, like, here comes, you know, animal control here.
Yeah, I watched a live stream. I wasn't signed into an account. I was just watching her live stream, and I saw where the dog warden or the animal control came for a visit because somebody had called on her for Devin apparently hitting one of the animals. And Devin was just screaming in the background at all the dogs. And Beth goes out and addresses the officer. And the officer doesn't even come in to see all of the dogs to make sure that none of them are hurt or anything. And I'm just like, so no one is holding them accountable at this point. They just think that they're being bullied online. No one is taking anything seriously because of how many people have called on them. It's just gross. And you could hear the like officer there, and Beth just goes and hugs her like she's a fucking friend, and I'm just like, so we're just not going to do our job. No one wants to come out anymore. It was just this young girl officer. No one wants to go out there anymore to verify anything. And you hear Devin M in the background screaming at the dogs because they're barking. And we're not going to investigate it? Okay, cool.
Comes pizza. Like, I know I wasn't doing it. But yeah, like, there's so many lies that, there's a lot, but there's no way that the landlord refunded her that money because that landlord was fake. There is no Zoom meetings at all. I can probably pop up a couple of photos, like, right now, like, when we're, like, you know, listening in on y'all's conversations on TikTok, while we're in the chat, like, we were literally on the phone. She was supposed to be having these Zoom meetings. I gave her a lie to tell to people. There's no landlord. There's no person. There's no houses. There's like all of that is. It's all fake. The whole entire them moving in, like looking at 3 houses. It's completely 100% complete bullshit lie.
So that's a good question in the chat here. Do you know what the money what it was for? The money that she's made. What it was for?
The trailer and a car to drive the trailer around. Like she is planning on traveling.
What about her being in the Marines? Has she ever mentioned that to you?
No, she doesn't like talking about any of that. In fact, there's been times where I've gone in on the word list and I put in dollar and military and all of that stuff. But yeah, she doesn't, even with the friends group, she doesn't like talking about her military service because it triggers her.
It trips her up on her lies, is what I think. Yeah. I'm sure that's what she says, but like I don't believe that for a second. She's lying about the military. I like, you can't tell me any different. Like, she's lying about it.
She absolutely is lying. She claims she fought in Desert Storm. I'm 43. I'm older than Beth. When Desert Storm was fought in the what was
it? She fought in Desert Storm.
And like, where did the rest of that money go?
Right. Okay. Thank you.
I have an opinion where it went, but it's just an opinion. It's not a fact, but they were pretty twacked out for days. Just saying.
That was my opinion as well.
FOIA her records.
Cotton Candy, how are you?
Might have to look into that.
Question: do you know what happened with her the electric being shut off? Like, did somebody pay that, or do you know the deal about that?
From my understanding, the resource people paid for that. She had 2 different resources. Apparently, she still owed like a whole bunch of money.
Wait! What? She stole a whole bunch of money?
No. She went to the resources that people have told her to go and talk to. Apparently, she still owed like quite a bit of money, and so she actually asked me to bring my son up there because she knew if she had a child in the house that they would have to put the electric back on.
Is her friend straight up admitting to fraud against? Oh my god,
that's disgusting.
Repulsive, yeah, actually.
Wow.
And like I was even joking around with my son. Like I was like, "Hey, Kai, do you want to go see Aunt Beth?"
Gross.
And like you know, just playing around. He goes like, "No, you're my mom." I no, like my son was like, "No, absolutely not."
I have one more question, real quick.
Sure.
When she started collecting money, when she had to go to court.
So it sounds like she went to the resources that are made available to people that are monetarily challenged to help her out, because apparently her electric bill was pretty high and they paid that for her so she could have it turned back on. But unbeknownst to them, she used someone else's child as if it were her child to have the utilities turned back on. Bethany.
Support for the dogs. She collected that. I mean, in that 2-week period, the way I figure it, it's like,
mind you, she also live streamed asking for money for people to donate towards this electric bill so that they could get the utilities turned back on because they were turned off. Yeah. Oh, they're 100% dedicated to not paying for anything themselves.
almost $6,000, 800 for the back house, all her, whatever she needed. It's just crazy. And you're telling me that she has $600 left out of that, and she hasn't paid Shane.
That's exactly what. That's what she says, that she has this money in the bank. It's 600 that she can't touch. That's all I really know. I can't tell you where the money.
No.
It's weird that she has a bank account when she has said multiple times that she does not have a bank account, that she can't have a bank account because she doesn't have a steady enough income, I guess, where she's at, and that they would take fees from her money. Also, government would know that you have money coming in unaccounted for. Something's not adding up there.
It's fine. And she's now back on the I'm getting an RV thing?
That's exactly what, the whole house thing was completely a lie. There was no Zoom meetings. In fact, I helped her with one of the lies that, with the first house, that, underneath the sink there is a bad leak and there's black mold. I told her to tell that lie. I can say that lie.
That's more so what I feel like she's doing to be able to use the money. But if she has PayPal and stuff, they have cards for PayPal, don't they? Like, you can have debit cards for PayPal. I don't know about Cash App, but I know PayPal has a system where you can, yeah. So maybe that's what she means by having a bank account. But even then, that's not an actual bank account. It's just holding your PayPal money. Oh, Cash App does too?
And I don't know, and she was talking about the carpet and stuff like that. She was telling us what she was doing step by step. And there's for the past 2 days before that, I was busy with grocery shopping because we finally got paid. Mm-hmm. My son just turned 17. And then the next day we had a birthday party with them at the lake. And
well, I don't think her and Devin do any kind of in-store shopping. I think they have everything pretty much delivered to them, or they get it online because they don't have a vehicle. I guess they're working towards getting a vehicle. Calm down. Calm down, sir. But I think they're working on getting a vehicle because they're wanting money for car insurance. It's a big fucking mess. Who knows what's the truth and what's a lie from these people? Honestly, everything that comes out of their mouth, I would take as a lie.
Yeah, it's... So I wasn't really in the loop for the past couple days, so I don't know all of that part at all.
Yeah.
That supposedly she has $600 in the bank that she can't touch.
So interesting. I just have one more thing and then I'm going to drop. I really hope that her enablers are listening. Okay? I hope they're listening.
And
I hope they're listening. They've been played for months, if not years, some of them.
Yeah, Devin does strike me as a bike guy.
And yeah, we're going to have a live about all this. I don't know when, sometime later in the week. But yeah, And I just want to thank you for everything you've done to help us stop this.
What I initially intended to, and I just saw that comment, why are you just now exposing her? Last night, there is a person that made a very horrible video saying that I am a certain person's wife. And that triggered me. I have been SA'd. I have been the R word. And it triggered me. Like, I literally said in the chat, like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. Like, they were blowing up my phone trying to get me to stop. And finally, I was like, you know what? It's like, I had this thought process in my head last night. And I was going to end it. I was going to let everybody come and attack me who wanted to come and attack me.
So, what triggered this woman to air Beth and Devin's dirty laundry was somebody essentially called this woman Beth's bitch. Devin and Beth's bitch. And because she had been SA'd in the past, she took it personally and then is trauma dumping, saying that she was going to end it all and was just letting people get their shit in. I'm just... The internet is not for everyone, as we have seen. The internet is not for everyone. She's upset that Beth didn't defend her. She's also upset that they are referring to Beth and Devin and her relationship as Devin and Beth, manipulating her, and it makes her feel like that. It's such a fucking leap. I'm just... How her brain went automatically there from being called their bitch just transcends all logical thought. I don't know if they're an addict. They have to be at this point with how their brain processes things.
Sorry, I'm crying. I am such a nerd. I'm surprised I still have tears. I was going to allow everybody to come in who wanted to come in, whoever it was, to come and attack me, and then I was going to take a whole bunch of PILS's and I was going to hop in a bathtub and I was going to and allow my husband to find me. That was my plan last night, but all these beautiful people here stopped me from doing that last night.
Well, I'm glad you're still here. I do have something to say. So on Friday, when
honestly, if there was, I wholeheartedly believe that it's justified with this kind of shit on here. Like, the woman was ready to end it all over a simple comment made that Beth and Devin are manipulating her. If you are putting out content online and you're putting yourself out there online to be seen, to be heard, not everybody's going to like you. You've got to understand that. Not everybody is going to like you. And if one comment, or even hundreds of comments coming at you saying the same thing, is going to be enough for you to take in real life actions against yourself or others, it's time to log off. It's enough internet. It really is enough internet.
Devin was harassing Scammy, Beth was live, And when he got kicked out of the box or he dropped out of the box, whatever he did, he came to where Beth, like came out to Beth and he was talking. And I have a screen recording of this. He said that, like the screen recording says, this will help us in on our path to Oklahoma.
Huh?
Yeah. So, I mean, they already told on themselves before you even did any of this, right? They told on themselves. I don't know, like, if anyone else heard it. I have the recording though, and you can clearly hear him say they're moving to Oklahoma. So
I did not know that because the plan that I still knew was they were planning on getting a trailer, and because I'm expecting a phone call like anytime. I probably won't get it today because it is my hospital. Someone by the name of Sarah D was looking into my medical records, and I was even joking yesterday because like I if that is the case, because I haven't been to the hospital in quite a bit. So there should be no reason why any doctor should be looking at my records or anything like that, because I haven't really been sick in the past couple of months at all. So
if they're planning on going to Oklahoma, for one, they're stupid as fuck, because they're still going to run into a pet limit in Oklahoma. They can only have 4 adult dogs at any one residence. So... and having 8 dogs in an RV, they need those fucking dogs taken away. Point blank, period. They do not need that many dogs. If they want to keep one, great. Do I think they need one? No. I don't think they need any fucking dogs.
And I was going to, because they can track their IP address and everything else, and I was going to sue them. And I was joking around, like, I was going to sue the hospital, whatever business that person worked for. And I even told everybody yesterday, it's like, if I win this money, like, I'm going to give everybody like $1 million. I'm going to give Beth a couple million. And she's like, well, I want this RV and I want this, certain truck or something like that. And yeah,
the entitlement is real with that one. But also, I just saw a question.
Are listening.
Yeah, I just went up and looked up the Oklahoma pet limit, and you can only have 4. That's funny. It's an enigma. We'll never know why they referred to her as Beth and Devin's bitch. Couldn't be that she lied for them, gave them money, hundreds of dollars, modded for them. Disgusting. All right, let's end it on a funnier note. Let's see if anybody condensed down Chantal's goofy ass. Oh yeah, I forgot that she ordered 3 ice cream. Well, they ordered 3 ice creams, or she ate 3 ice creams. Either or. We'll watch Sansa cooks. With move. There we go, something like that. Yeah, I watched some of it. I think I caught like in the middle. of some of her live stream from the donut gate, the Simpsons donut. She acts like such a fucking child. Like, and we are not to believe that that was the whole argument on why she said that their marriage was ending and she was going back to Canada. It wasn't over her wanting fast food and Sala saying, maybe you don't need that. It wasn't for like a 2 a.m. donut. The thing is, like, she wants to eat like she's not diabetic. She is hell-bent on not limiting herself to anything. She's going to eat what she wants when she wants it because she's 40 years old. She can do what she fucking wants. Okay. Just don't make content on it because it's literally killing you. You are literally killing yourself online for money. I hope that all of her new videos are hit with ED triggers and they can't be monetized. That's my hope. Because it's YouTube, probably never going to happen, but you know, that's my hope. Yeah. But we'll watch some Sansa here to end things out with a little palate cleanser before we go for the night. And go over her gelato.
Well, it looks like we have a new side character, and its name is Gelato. In this video, let's take a look at this new frozen treat that Foodie's been eating, where she's getting it, and how it stacks up macros-wise. The pistachio version made its debut in the 5-hour now privated live stream. And then last night, she had this vanilla chocolate swirl. Salah had a...
Also, the fact that she privated that live stream because she couldn't make money off of it was fucking hilarious.
Mango Vimto mix, and of course, she had some of that too. Now, contrary to popular belief, that's all that they ordered. It came with a small ice cream cone that Foodie used to finish off her chocolate swirl, and so that's why people think she got an additional third ice cream.
Where's yours? Oh,
if you want yours in an ice cream cone, you can
there's
put...
options.
Yeah, there's options.
Too many ice here. I think I can put them in the freezer. Maybe.
Okay, or just leave it for now. Put it away. Yeah. Let me show them this ice cream. This is Salah's. It's Vimto and what else? Mango?
Vimto with mango, yeah. Yes, ACP. I'm so tired and sleepy.
Yeah, it was a 5-hour stream that she can't monetize because YouTube was like, no, you're not allowed. No. So she's like, well, if I can't monetize off of it, no one gets to see it anymore. Even though people already fucking clipped it, so it doesn't matter. The content's out there.
Gelato.
So other people can profit off of it, not her. I love that for her.
Man. Don't tell that.
I bet you 10 to 1 she's eating off that same spoon.
Hi guys. Fat boys? That sounds so good.
Disgusting. Chantal, the cat licks its asshole. It literally licks its asshole to clean itself. And you're gonna eat off of the same spoon. I can't. I fucking can't.
Is this small? No more. I don't know what's the difference between gelato and ice cream? Vanilla chocolate.
I totally blocked that out that she ate with her back scratcher. Ugh.
Very good.
She is gross.
We know from the privated live stream that the gelato they get is from Juice Container. This particular order comes out to 2.5 Kuwaiti dinar, or just over $8 US. As I tried to look into the macronutrients, I looked at the name of what Foodie ordered: Italian Gelato Pre-Gel Ice Cream. So is it gelato or is it ice cream? In case you're wondering, gelato is ice cream, but it has a slightly lower milk fat component to it, generally about 5 to 8%.
Oh, I
It
love
also has less
Talenti.
air whipped into it, so it's smoother and denser, like the Talenti brand gelato that you've probably seen here in the States. But this didn't seem right either, because I've had this before, and it didn't seem as soft and fluffy as what Foodie got.
It's so
As it turns
expensive,
out,
but so good.
Pregel is the name of the Italian company that sells gelato and ice cream supplies to other restaurants. So while the mango and Vimto mix may have been locally created, the vanilla chocolate swirl was definitely pre-packaged. To tally up the macros, I considered this 3 cups of vanilla soft serve ice cream, 1 cup of mango sorbet, the Vimto portion was probably very similar, and then 1 of those little ice cream cones. Without knowing what other purchases went into the freezer, this all comes out to 1,400 calories, 66 grams of fat, 337 milligrams of sodium, 179 grams of carbs, 166 grams of which are sugar, and 21 grams of protein. This is probably the first order where I feel I may have overestimated, but you couldn't really tell how much ice cream was in each container. Either way, if you think I got it wrong in either direction, you can adjust up or down. I've given you all of the raw data. After seeing these macros, it's pretty clear that this is the sort of thing that Foodie needs to really avoid. She's just been put on insulin and she's an uncontrolled type 2 diabetic. This is nuts. Now I know Foodie's life is all about relaxing and beezing and having fun, but this kind of stuff could send her into DKA faster than you can say, please, please, please don't play that Yamaha.
And like Chantal's whole thing is she wants to have this food whenever she wants, and like the alternative is boiled chicken and broccoli. And it's like, you do realize that a lot of people are able to still eat in moderation things that they like while doing the healthy stuff alongside. It doesn't have to be boiled fucking chicken. Roast the chicken in the oven, but eat more vegetables, more green leafy vegetables. Limit your carb amount. And then once a week, have your little fucking pig out fest. But at least a majority of your week is going to be a well-balanced meal that balances out your sugars. I understand we're human. Not all of us are going to follow shit to a T. But if it's affecting your health and your organs like this, I feel like some accommodations need to be made. We understand you're not going to be perfect. That's what the one fucking time allotment is. One thing that you would want to eat, save it for one day. And every other day, or every day before that, you're eating to a T what needs to be eaten to sustain your blood sugars. I found a vegan Haagen-Dazs gelato in Cancun, but now I feel like I'm gaslighting myself. I have to make myself sugar-free like ice cream using sugar-free Cool Whip, sugar-free pudding mix, and a little bit of almond milk, just a very little bit. You mix it all together, put it in the freezer, and it's like ice cream. It's not as great as gelato, but it's still pretty good. She does. The food addiction is out of fucking control. Like, her portion sizes are nuts. I understand having a sweet tooth, but like, one ice cream was pushing it. Like, one full ice cream cup was pushing it. 3? Did we need 3? Brioche, I posted some of my sugar-free recipes in the community tab for, I believe it was for Carolyn. The ones that I've used so far. I'm gonna attempt a poke cake, a sugar-free poke cake soon, because the holidays are coming up and I want to be prepared for having a dessert that I can bring that I'm also able to eat. Yeah. Yeah, Carolyn, if you put that in the freezer, it makes kind of like almost sorbet consistency, I would say, even though it's depending on what you flavor it with, it's not actually sorbet. I'm not as drastic of a uncontrolled diabetic as Chantal. Like, my blood sugar levels have never been above 200, but like I still have to watch what I fucking eat. But I cater to some of my sweet tooth by doing sugar free. I don't understand why she's not doing that. Has she not tried anything sugar free? Has she not looked up any options that she has? Like, there are options out there that you can enjoy that aren't gonna fuck you over, especially if she continues to just eat carelessly on top of it. I'm gonna try some poke cake recipes here soon, Carolyn, so I'll definitely be adding those to the community tab post once I've tried them out and tested them and seen if they're good or not. Yeah, that's about the extent. She's going with the Coke Zero on their sugar free. She's a fucking mess. Granted, like, going from eating how she has to diabetic diet is starkly different, but it's all about making accommodations to certain recipes on changing things slightly. Like her fried, her healthy fried chicken. I don't know how she saw a breaded chicken that was crispy and was like, oh yeah, they definitely just boiled this and then roasted it in the oven. That's definitely how that got crispy. She's a fucking menace. And the fact that she's like spreading this shit on here, it's so much misinformation. Yeah, her broasted chicken. Ugh, she's a fucking mess. I wonder if Amber's gonna post more often. Are we waiting for her new lover to move in? Is her new lover gonna be there over the weekend? Oh, apparently Jordy was even talking about the tea spill. Yeah, I saw Tommy Slamy. I talked about her a little bit on the beginning of the stream. She's definitely going to be fucking messy. Like, went ahead and preemptively made her TikTok private. Went ahead and made her Instagram to where she only has like 4 pictures on there. And they're recent pictures. They're not old. Like, she did some fucking work to make sure no one could find shit out about her. But she, I guess, didn't do enough because there's people coming forward saying that they talked to her while she was apparently dating Amber and that she has a type. I mean, I showed my husband and he was like, she definitely has a type. Looking at the girl that supposedly was in contact with her during when she was dating Amber. It's going to be fucking messy. It's going to be Destiny, but like Destiny that was already fucking messy on top of it. Because this girl looks like she goes out and parties. How long is Amber going to be able to sustain that when she's not curbing her diet? She's drinking and vaping. Like, all of these things are going to make her gain all that weight back that she lost. It's going to be... I feel bad for Amber, but only a little bit. But I am so fucking ready for this. Like, this is going to be good. It's going to be very juicy. And this looks like somebody that will say shit after the relationship ended. It's going to be messy. And I'm kind of for it, honestly. She does it to herself. Like, all of this is red flags. The girl knew about you prior. She knew about your platform. She knew that you were I guess, newly single, because they swooped in fast. They'd already probably been talking her up. They know Amber makes good money. Already love bombing Amber. Oh, I hope so. I fucking hope so. I hope so much shows. And you know Amber's gonna want to vlog her, and that girl's gonna want to be all. She didn't seem to shy away from the camera, so she's gonna be all up in that camera. She's probably gonna be talking shit on people that talk shit on her. It's gonna be fucking messy, and I live for it. I'm gonna love that, every bit of it. I think 100%. Mama Lynn who? Once the new girl moves in, she doesn't need Mama Lynn to take her anywhere anymore. And also, like, Mama Lynn would do good to distance herself from Amber anyhow if she's drinking and vaping again heavily. And Amber's not addicted. Bullshit, Amber. You couldn't even go 2 weeks. What was it? 2 weeks without vaping. And then you couldn't even go 7 weeks without drinking. Something like that. Gross. So now not only do we have food addiction, we have a vaping addiction, as well as possible alcoholism. No, she doesn't. It's the vape pen isn't nicotine. It's Delta 8. So she has artificial and possibly gambling. Yeah, and gambling on top of it. We're getting the four corners of addiction here. Oh, she knows what she's inhaling. She knows what it did to her weight loss. That's the whole reason she had to stop vaping last time, is because it was interfering with her Ozempic, and then she just went ahead and did it again. So Ozempic's out the window, or whatever this generic Ozempic's out the window. Amber's fat and happy because she's got a new girlfriend that likes fat and happy girls. I don't think she cares. She should, though. Being the size that she is, she should care what she's putting into her body outside of food. She should care what else she's putting in there, because it's going to be harder for, like, if she were to get pneumonia, they have, like, from vaping, they had the, what the fuck are they calling it? Vaping lung or something like that? Vaping lung issues. Popcorn lung. That's what I was thinking. Inhaling diacetyl, a chemical often added to flavor e-liquids, can cause inflammation and permanent scarring in the smallest airways, making it difficult to breathe. This condition has no lasting treatment. Now, with Miss fucking walking pneumonia lung, Miss collapse lung, Miss, like, she needs lung issues. She has to prop herself up in bed. Yeah, she can have a dangling lung. Like, she has to prop herself up in bed because she can't lay flat because of her ass. And the fact that much weight on her chest would probably be hard to breathe. She would have to admit then that she has sleep apnea, which she still continues to not want to get tested for. Oh, congratulations, Nicole, to your mom for stopping vaping and losing 50 pounds. She acts like a teenager, though. I vape now. I'm going to go drink with my girlfriend. Pistachios. I'm going to touch cats in a bar. She's such a fucking kid, I swear. The buzz balls. Me and my girlfriend, we like to go to gay clubs together and then we go gamble. We're so cool. Me and my Justin Bieber girlfriend. It's the fucking, the TikTok did me in. The TikTok montage filmed by her friend Alex, who came along for the visit, which I'm convinced that there's a throuple situation going on there. Something weird is going on there. And I'll end it at that. But the fact that like they had to make a big spectacle of it for social media. This girl's gonna be messy, Amber. She's gonna be a messy one. This one's gonna really do you in. I know when her and Jade originally got together, Amber and Jade originally got together, and Amber was discussing their relationship, it was mentioned that Jade was poly and that Amber was open to having a relationship with a man and Jade. I don't know where the man came up with, because it seemed like Jade was lesbian, so I don't know where the man came up with. Maybe Jade was bisexual or pansexual, I don't know. But then I don't think Amber realized how jealous she is of people getting attention. Yeah, I don't remember if Jade was, she could have been bi or pansexual, I don't know. I'm bisexual. I'm married to my husband, but I've also dated women, and have been in a few throuple situations, but I don't know what their whole situation. Amber was just jealous, couldn't handle the thought of Jade possibly going off and being with somebody else. Even with her there, I don't think she would have liked it. Yeah, I don't think Amber would have been for it at all. So I don't know how this situation's going to work out. It's going to be messy because this girl looks like she parties. I'll just say that. Looks like she parties. And I've known these kind of lesbians throughout my dating life. These party goers, these womanizers, ones that like to really get out there, you know? And she's got the look. She looks exactly like every one of them that I've seen out there that do this. And I'm just waiting on the move-in, of course. Oh, Tommy definitely looks like. You can't have a name like Tommy Slommy and have kitty cats and already be posting up your girlfriend's name and your Instagram page and then private everything so people can't find out more information on you. You don't just do that because you have nothing to hide. Obviously, there's stuff there that she doesn't want out there. And then with the girl coming forward saying she was just talking to her 2 weeks ago, flirtatiously. Oh, hell yeah. Tommy definitely seems like the type to get out there. At least for monetary gain. Yeah, Carolyn, I think she sounds hobosexual, which is someone who gets into a relationship for a place to live. Kiki, I think that's pretty on the nose. I don't know. I just don't get how in 2 weeks' time, because that's when that was discovered that she would be coming and visiting Amber, how in 2 weeks' time that this person that lives on their own, I mean, I assume they live on their own. But how this person was able to save enough money, not only for the flight, but the flight so last minute, and then also for the renting of the vehicle for a few days. It seems to me that Amber probably paid for this. Which, I mean, do you, Amber? If you want to pay for a booty call, you don't have to announce it to the internet, though. You don't have to say that you're dating them. Just fly them out, have your fun, and, you know, do what you do off of the internet. That's fine. You're allowed to be promiscuous if you want to. No one's going to... I don't think anybody would really judge you for that if you chose to be single and just have your fun. Fuck, go for it. But this is so sugar mama coded. The last minute decisions, the wanting to move her in already after a little finger and suck. Like, I don't know. Amber is so fucking gullible and romanticizes everything. Fingerlin. Taking her out for a nice time. And what's the thing is, like, Amber love bombs like this by spending money on them to go out to gambling, go out to eat. They went to bars. She's showing them this nice time, but like, this isn't going to be sustainable for her. She's not going to be able to do this all the time. She can't handle it physically. If she could, she'd be doing this stuff with her mom. She'd be out doing shit with her mom. But she doesn't. Like, she goes shopping because she likes to spend money. She goes gambling with her mom to get out of the house because her mom likes gambling, and so does she. And they go out to eat. That's all she does. Amber's not going to be the party girl, and this girl is going to expect her to be the party girl. Yeah, Carolyn. I mean, I don't even fault her with having fun with somebody if she wanted to go that route. I don't think she's that person, though. She has to have a relationship with them. It's going to be messy, and I mean, I haven't covered Amber extensively. Maybe it legitimizes it in her eyes. Yeah, maybe. I mean, she's looking for any way to be able to call this a relationship. And who knows what the other person's feeling like. But if they're already like putting Amber's name on their Instagram account, they're putting the vibes out there that they're taking this as a relationship situation as well. Kind of mixed signals, if you ask me, if they're not actually in it for the long haul. They're in it just for the short time, not the good time. Or is it they're in it for a good time, not a long time? Something like that. It's going to be messy, and I look forward to it because Amber has been pretty boring with Mama Lynn. I'm not going to lie. Mama Lynn's probably been the highlight of Amber's content here lately, so it's going to kind of suck losing out on Mama Lynn once the new girl takes over, but it's going to be a whole new line of messiness. And that's going to be it for y'all tonight. I thank y'all for coming and discussing things with me, and my cats are tearing shit up. I can hear fighting and tearing up toys and shit. But hopefully there won't be any issues with this coming Monday with another live stream. I am working on putting together a more organized information thing on the Wade Wilson case. I need to do a little bit more looking around for some more of the court case videos. Kept me alert because it's gonna be a long night. Yeah, normally I don't have them this late, but I have one meeting tomorrow and then the rest of my day is pretty much free. Oh, that's okay, Wicked. But there will be a Wade Wilson video up at some point this week or this weekend if I have time, and then I'll see y'all Monday. Unless anything changes, then watch for my community posts. But thank y'all for joining, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.